Itazura no Kiss is the original toxic shoujo anime. She slaps him, and then he slaps her. He smacks her, books go flying, emotions are crumbling. ItaKiss is a lot. But how do we even get here in the first place? Why are these two together if they're toxic towards each other? Why is ItaKiss so important to shoujo as a genre? Why is his chin on Mount Everest, bro? I'm telling you, like any roach in the corner, bro, he can kill every single one of them, bro. Don't even play. But all of these questions and more, except for that last one, will be answered. Itazura no Kiss is the story of Kotoko Aihara's high school and lifelong quest for love, chasing after Naoki Iri, who couldn't give 1/3 of a rat's ass about her. He was literally the true epitome of a jerk. But her determination and persistence is her superpower. And with this, over the course of the show, Naoki realizes that Kotoko is the missing piece of the puzzle to make his entire life interesting. ItaKiss, if you think about it in a nutshell, if y'all have seen Death Note, think about if Light and Misa's relationship was expanded upon and looked upon in depth. That's basically it, you know? Not every aspect, but like most of them. Naoki was literally like Yagami. Like I'm telling you, bro, he literally had the red tie as well on his studious, you know what I'm saying, kick. He was very responsible, very polished, manipulative, harsh, intelligent, and also very stoic. Two-piece in the same manipulative god of the New World pod, I'm telling you, bro. And on the other hand, Kotoko, the unrequited lover of Naoki, isn't the smartest. They present her as a klutz, but she's very affectionate, caring, and hardworking. And with Kotoko's character, we're introduced to the power of effort. The idea behind the power of effort is, even if you're lagging in something, you can always make up for it with effort in another way. If you always put your best foot forward and always try, you'll literally never lose in anything that you do. This is also the same in life. And this is what also makes Naoki realize not having to try in life is actually boring. The nigga was going through life on Playboy Cardi mode. He didn't have to do shit. He was turning out studs and all of that, bro. I'm telling you. But this leads to Naoki's eventual longing for Kotoko, who does nothing but try. Even if it means getting 4th grade homework wrong because they like to play with her, bro. I don't really like how they made her out to be a complete idiot, because if you're in high school, how are you feeling 4th grade math, bro? If Johnny has 6 apples. But even before it was the land of sunshine and lollipops and rainbows, it was very, very toxic. Let's go into detail about some of these toxic things that happen in the anime. Naoki. He would literally just be mean and rude as hell to Kotoko for no reason. You're nothing but a bunch of stupid American girls.
You're a bunch of stupid American girls. You're a bunch of hot knockers.
I hate children.
I hate children. I hate teenagers. And I hate America!
And also, like I said before, he was very manipulative. And many times throughout the show, he would use Kotoko's feelings against her. And with this as well, he would also low-key try and lead girls on that aren't Kotoko. But at the same time, he would dismiss their feelings for Kotoko, which is like, bruh, that's stupid. Why are you playing with her like that, bruh? He was playing mental mind games with Kotoko for no reason at all, just because he had the power over her to do so. Kotoko. Before we talk about her, there was another character in the show named Kanosuke, who was the unrequited lover of Kotoko. He liked her, she never liked him, and yeah, that was their story. But at a certain point in the anime, she led him on, making him believe that they would be together, which that fell through. And Kanosuke was a great dude. We're gonna talk a lot more about him, but he definitely did not deserve that. He was a delinquent, but at the same time, his growth and development was very apparent and evident. And he grew because of Kotoko as well, which is very important to the story. Kotoko would also hit Naoki, and she would also feel very insecure at times because she would see other girls talking to Naoki and be like, huh, are her boobs bigger than mine? Does she have a fatter ass? Is that a BBL? Further leading into these feelings of insecurity, even if it wasn't entirely her fault at times. Also, Kotoko dedicating mostly her entire purpose to Naoki was extremely unhealthy for her. Yuki, the younger brother of Naoki, he was Neville Peppermint to Kotoko.
Were you gonna buy this lollipop? Well, now it's broken.
Bread and butter pickles?
Bread and butter pickles?
He was also extremely rude and toxic to Kotoko as well, multiple times, after she saved his life multiple times as well. And also, he was very jealous at some times because I don't know if he had like a bro complex type of thing. I don't know if he just looked up to Naoki as a bigger brother. He was just very jealous of Kotoko and Naoki at times. Kanosuke, who we talked about before, Some more exposition. There was another character that was introduced to the story named Chris. And Konosuke was extremely mean to her just because she loved him. We have another unrequited lover. Chris loved Konosuke. Konosuke loved Kotoko. Kotoko loved Naoki. It's a love square of confusion, toxicity, and mess. But by the end of the show, everything gets sorted out and I just had to watch it unfold as it did. But going back to Chris, she never deserved any of the toxicity that happened towards her. And at the end of the day, she just wanted a husband and to be loved. Even more exposition. Another character was introduced named Keita. Let's play multiple choice. Okay, what do you think that Keita's role was in the story? A. The unrequited lover of Kotoko. B. Sonic's rival, who might also be his lover. C. Gengar. D. Kori Kenshin. Keita was the unrequited lover of Kotoko, and he even told her that she needed to get rid of Naoki and get with him on some real shit, because Keita saw that Naoki was mistreating Kotoko and just playing with her emotions just because Naoki had so much power over Kotoko, which was wrong. But at the same time, you can't force love. Even if somebody is treating you wrong, that doesn't mean that you're going to be the right person for them. And there was a lot of other characters in the show that were wronged or did wrong to others. But I like this so much because it's very realistic, you know. I really feel like it presents a very complex set of characters that have each of these different characteristics and quirks and things that make them unique, things that make you love them, things that make you hate them. And it's cool, you know. It kind of reminded me of Nana in the sense that no character is perfect, no character is better than the other. Well, some are, but at the same time, everybody is flawed, which I love so much. But there was still Death Note, Light Yagami levels of manipulation from Naoki. He had a complex because he was a know-it-all, quote-unquote handsome, model student and brother. But that still doesn't justify the way that he acted in the show. But by the end of the show, everything was okay, and I'm going to tell you why. It's because the characters developed by the end of the show. Like I said before, Konosuke develops into a true man that has respect for himself and his partner, which was amazing to see. They got married, hitched, pregnant, and it was just cool to see Ken grow and develop. Even before he was with Chris, he said that he would get a job and not even go to college just so he could enter society quicker and provide for Kotoko. That's what real men do, and Konosuke is one of those. And at the same time, Naoki, he admitted his jealousy with Kotoko bonding with Keita, because like I said before, Keita was there for Kotoko when Naoki wasn't. Keita was trying to persuade Kotoko to get with him instead of Naoki, and who knows, maybe she might have did it if Naoki didn't actually change and admit that he was jealous and get his girl back. He also became extremely more affectionate towards Kotoko by the end of the show, and he professed his feelings for her more as well. There was another character named Nobu that I didn't mention before. Yuki went to the hospital thanks to Kotoko saving his life, and there he made this friend named Nobu. Nobu was a very innocent child, a very heartwarming, friendly person to be around. But when he grew up, he became a shallow model that believed that no one truly loved and cared for him. It was kind of the situation where the real friends that they had before and the friends that they have now may become blurred because of, you know, the fame, the money, influence, and things like that. So Nobu was very conflicted about who was in his inner circle and really wanted the best for him. But even before all of that, who was there for him? Yuki was, Naoki was, Kotoko was, checking on him in the hospital. And Naoki even became a doctor because of Nobu. After Nobu realizes all of this, and after getting the shit slapped out of him by Kotoko, he becomes extremely calmer and more gentle, realizing he always had these three looking after him and having his best interest at heart, despite his parents being divorced and fake friends flocking to him because of the fame. ItaKiss, by the end of it, is a beautiful story that explores the complex realities of relationships, both toxic and benign, but on a deeper level because y'all know it's not that deep. This man really said what aspect of One Piece is political, bro. Oh my gosh. But why is ItaKiss extremely important to Shoujo as a whole? And why is it important culturally to Shoujo? I will tell you. ItaKiss is important as a shoujo anime because it was huge during its serialization when it first came out. I'm talking about 35 million copies sold, and it was actually in the top 10s of the best-selling shoujo manga ever. It was groundbreaking in the early to mid 2000s to have a shoujo anime with a toxic male lead character that actually has development and changes as a character, because most of them just stay the same, most of them don't really develop that much, and the relationship becomes static as a result of that. But not in the case of Itazura no Kiss. The story is also completely in-depth, which is very rare. I'm telling you, bro, they went from high school to spoiler alert, Spoiler alert, they went from them being in high school to them graduating from college to becoming a doctor and a nurse respectively, getting married and having a child, all in like 21 to 25 episodes, you know? So I do feel like the pacing was a little bit rushed as a result, but it was complete nonetheless, so you can't really say anything about that, you know? Also with the anime and manga release of Itazura no Kiss, but even like before that, even before, there have been numerous live adaptations of ItaKiss, and this further adds to how influential the structure, story, and characters were to shoujo as a whole. And ItaKiss is also important because the ItaKiss is real. Reading some of the comments and doing my research, ItaKiss even inspired a lot of viewers of the show to become doctors and nurses, as you can see. And I just feel like that's just so extremely wholesome and genuine, because young boys, girls, whoever you are watching this show, getting what you got out of it and wanting to become a doctor or a nurse and actually completing that, that's just very heartwarming. That's just very wholesome, you know, like I said before. And this proves that even though ItaKiss had some toxic moments, there was some positivity that came out of it from the viewers taking away what they did from it. I'm just excited to hear and see about that, because that's beautiful, you know, that's just actually beautiful. Itazura no Kiss was a great show. Some people say it's bad, cheesy, corny. I don't care. It came out in 2008. Bro, what the f were you doing in 2008? Harlem Shaking, bro? You were probably corny and cheesy too. So, but yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you leave a like. Subscribe today to become a senpai or senpaiette, the best, most beautiful, inclusive community on YouTube. I'm gonna go. As you get older, make sure you always still have fun in life, and don't be upset about the things that they want you to be upset about, like bills, money, stuff like that. Just have fun. I love you. Take care of yourselves. Drink water. Goodbye and peace.